So now I want to just take a quick walk through the actual cards and how we structured it as the initial stage. So we've got three cards as we discussed over here. Two cards are for Siliconers and Siliconers family. And then we have the third one, which is for the Kids Club. Um, Names and designs and stuff obviously will be changed, but just to give you just an indication of what it is and what it represents. So if we open up Siliconers, just just as an example. Um, so we've basically given a dashboard so that your team can update this time to time. And the way it works is that for the time being, just for demo purposes, we've set it so that every 10 dirhams that a customer spends, they get 1 point. Now this can be changed very easily. You can say, 1 dirham for 1 point, or 10 dirhams or 5 dirhams, up to you. And now over here, we can set up different rewards that we would want to share with them. So for example, if we're doing priority parking or valet parking, I just put over here, if you've spent, at that time it was 10 dirhams per point. So if you've spent 100 dirhams or 10 points, you can now redeem that and get priority parking. Or if you spend 250 dirhams, you get a free car wash. And if you spend 5,000 dirhams, you can get a 50 dirham gift card. Obviously, these are just indication ones. And we can also upload images associated with them. So when the reward is available, so on the card, the wallet, the highest level reward that you have will be the one that is shown. So if I have reached this threshold, I can see this reward. But of course, since I have that many points, I can also redeem this one or this one. So it's not that you have to pick one. You have these points available. These are just the options that you have. And here we can show the next available reward tier so that they know that, okay, look, I have this reward that I can redeem for now, or I might want to wait for a better reward. And we can upload images as well for each reward type. We can also set, whether this reward is an amount off or a percentage off. In this case, it's a 50 dirham gift card. So we instead of, we can say it's a 50 dirham discount also. So we can just put over here as that's an amount off. But for example, if it's a service like a car wash, then we would just keep it a reward as a custom type. And we can keep this limit as a 0. So that means they can, as many times as they have these 25 points, they can keep coming back for more car washes. If we wanted to say that, look, you can only come 5 times in total and only once in a month, hypothetically, then we can also structure it that way, that they have 5. So even after 5 uses, even if I have the points available, I won't be able to redeem this reward anymore. So this is useful if there's some special experiences or something that, you want somebody to get usage of one time or a special reward, but not so much that they want to keep using it all the time. Moving on, we've also set up this happy hours function for you. So in this case, if you have periods of slowdown that you think that, we want to encourage people to visit the mall for those periods, we can set those hours over here. So we can say, for example, between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. or 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we'll give you 10% extra points. And we can just set that up and it'll work by default. And we can set up multiple happy hours as well. So, 1.1 on this time and 1.2 between, I'm not sure what time the mall opens. I usually, let's say 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. And let's remove the weekends. So again, now this is just 2 different versions of these happy hours. We can also send up promotions, but I'll make a separate video about that. The card expiration date, we can choose to let it expire like after you install it. Within a year, the card will expire. So you should use your points that time. And alternatively, if you want that the points should be earned and expired at a different period, we can do that as well. So we can say the points, so if I earn the points on May 1st, then the points that I earn on May 1st will expire 6 months from now. The points that I earn on June 1st will expire 6 months from June 1st. So each points then have its own expiry date. Just to clarify on this, that the card expiry supersedes the points expiry. So if the card is expired, the points are also not able to be redeemed, even though the points have been earned 3 months ago. So the card expiry matters. That's what we look at first, and then the points expiry. This is just technical stuff, date formatting, things like that. We have a card issuing form, so we are able to set up 6 fields. If you need more, then we can work that out for you, but this is just an example. So first name, last name, date of birth, phone numbers where we're basically using that as a unique value, email, and this is just a text field, but I thought if you wanted to include the address. Here's where we can also do some more interesting things in terms of managing campaigns. So the idea here is that you would have different channels that you're promoting these offers or these events or the overall card. So you might be sending WhatsApp messages, or might be posting on Instagram, might be running ads, might be working with influencers, or people might be walking in. So I've set up these individual links over here, and it's very easy to set up a new one. You can just fill in the form over here. But let me just walk you through what it is. So if somebody joins through this link, which is a WhatsApp link, then I might choose to give them, 10 points as a bonus, but these 10 points might expire in the first 7 days. So it's just an additional, like an incentive scheme, right? So if you're working with an influencer and they might want to promote the card because they'll say that if you, join as a member as a Siliconer, but through my link, you'll get an extra 25 points, which is valid for, let's say, 14 days. And that's something unique to that influencer. And then we can track where the customers have signed up from. That's why it's a unique link. And so for all the multiple different campaigns that you might have, you can keep creating different links. You can add specific extra bonus points for those links if you choose to. If you don't choose to, then even just adding in a unique link is good, because then we can track where customers are coming from. And from your marketing efforts, you can track which campaign is giving the most results. Moving on, this is just where you can add your privacy policy and stuff. So we just added these fields for you. These are just more technical stuff if you need to change it. If you want to limit the number of cards issued. So for example, if there's a very limited card that you only want to offer to certain people, or only for the first so-and-so that sign up, for example. So then you might say for the first 50 people only. So only 50 people can sign up. For now, I'm just leaving this as unlimited. Again, this is something if you want to add as a bonus. So when you sign up, you get 25 points upon signing up. Here, I can just remove that as well, not a problem. And same thing for the birthday points. So if it's your birthday, we'll give you 50 points. Again, if you want to remove that, you can. Moving forward to the design, I've just put in the Siliconers logo that was there in the presentation. And then this is just an image I found online for Silicon Central Mall. We can easily edit these. We can edit the card background color. I've just kept it white for now, but if you want to change it to something else, you can, as well as the text color and things like that. We have some customizability. This is, again, what the platforms allow us to do. So not everything is able to be customized, but we can, for example, put in their first name and the available reward that they have. Or you might do first name, last name, date of birth, email, things like that. It's up to you, but we have a few options over here to customize this. And then finally, on the information side, this is just some information for the card itself. So this is on the back side of the card. So we've put over here active links. Like this is just generic information, but if you wanted to include an email address, a website, phone number, add more links like your social media, Instagram account, Facebook account, different phone numbers, different addresses, you're able to add as many links as you want. And then, as I mentioned previously, for the feedback links, we can set it up here. Right now, I've just added your Google Maps link in this, but we can add more. And then if you have additional reputation management listings, you can add those as well. And then here would be the full terms of use. And then finally, just issuer information. So again, I've just put the information that I found, but we can just change this. I wanted to spend a little bit more time on this referral system that we have. I mentioned it on the dashboard video as well. Here's where we can set up the referral system for the card itself. So this is something that I think could be useful if you want to start attracting more people to use the card and give an incentive for people to share the card. And so the way you share the card is from the back of the card, you'll have a link. Everyone will have their own personalized link, so we can track where they're coming from and reward points to both sides. So the way it works is that I've kept it active for now, but I can disable it as well. So there's two options. One is when somebody just downloads the card, and the second is when they download it, but they actually have to use the card. So I think this is a little bit more common. And then here you can choose what is the benefit for them. So I can do it as a one-to-one, or I might say that if somebody installs the card, that's, you'll get 25 points. But if somebody refers somebody to install the card, I might give you 50 points. And so I can change this up to whatever I want. I'm just giving you flexibility here. And these points will be allocated automatically. Our system will handle that for you. And on the dashboard, you'll be able to track every referral that's coming in and who the people who are referring are. And you can see the full record of how that happens. So this is how we've set up the card system for you. So as I mentioned, we've set up 3 cards over here. They're fairly similar. As I mentioned, we would thinking of having a separate Siliconers family card and a separate Siliconers card. And the reason that will be is for when we start communicating with them or sending promotions and stuff. So we do have a promotions tab. I'll put that in our next video so that this one is not too long.